All right, let's put some shoes on this guy. So this is probably going to be the hardest part, is to create some shoes. So we're going to use a very special geometry tool. So you can go up to the Community tab under Shape Generators, and we are going to go to the 15th tab, and we're going to get the multi-point cylinder. All right, this tool has a lot of controls, as you can see, for multiple different radii or radius, and then the heights for each radius, the space in between. So this would be the height, and then this would be the radius, or half of that would be the radius. So the cool thing about this can help create shapes that might be hard to make. So I'm going to look at our reference minions, and let's go to images, see if we can get a shot of their shoes. One's pretty good. So we go to view image. So as you can see, they're very flat, and then they have a thin sole and a little bit of a heel. So we will make that general shape with our cylinder tool. So we'll use this, keep this as a reference. And first thing we're going to do is rotate this 90 degrees. And we're going to put in these numbers. So for the bottom radius, you want 4. For radius 1, you want 6. For radius 2, you want 7. For radius 3, you want 6.25. Radius 4, you want 6.91. Radius 5, you want 7.57. And radius 6, the same, 7.57. Radius 7, you want 6.91. Radius 8, you want 5.59. And our top radius, you want 2. Okay. So stay with me here. Going to go to height, and for this you leave it 2. For height 2, you want 8.02. Height 3, you want 2. Height 4, you want 3.4. Height 5, you want 2.51. Height 6, you want 3.52. So that's height 6. 5 needs to be 2.51. Okay. Height 7, 3.16. Height 8, 3.69. Height 9, 7.51. All right. Now we need to create a sphere. So I'm going to go down to our sphere tool and let's make the sphere 18 millimeters. So you select the corner, red dot, you hold the shift key button down, click with your left mouse button at the same time, and you uniform scale it down. So we want 18. Okay. And let's duplicate that, edit, duplicate, and use my right arrow key. Okay. Might be a little too big, so let's what we want to do is we're making basically the toe with the sphere. So let's squash this down a little bit. And let's get the same for the other one. So 13. 13, and then let's drag, select, and use the align tool. There. Okay, now we're going to use the arrow key, and the same for this. Use the arrow key. Okay. So still a little too big. So let's go down about, let's try to 11. I don't like that, so we'll do it one at a time. To 11. There we go. And the same for that one. 11. Okay, and select them all three, use the align tool. Okay, that's pretty close for that one. Let's see the heel. Okay, so the heel is going to have to be a little bigger. So let's drag that out to 12. And let's just change this to 0.5, and there we go. That still looks a little big, but we'll try it. This one could be just a little bigger, so I'm going to switch that to 0.25. Alright, let's try that. So let's select them all and adjust, align. Let's see. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's just tap it in a little bit. That looks pretty good. The heel, do the same. Let's just do it a little more. There, that looks good. Let's look up close. Well, that's pretty good. That'll work. And then this could be just a hair bigger. So let's try again. So I'll select that and just, okay, and now let's align it again. Just align. Let's move it in a little bit more. Nope. There. Actually, let's just a little bit more. And then scale it up. Just the toe, the front sphere. Let's try that. Just align. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we have the basic shoe part laid out. Now we want to make the sole. Okay, so we're going to again go to one of our community tools. We go up to the Shape Generators Community tab, and we're going to get a particular tool. The extrusion more. So there it is. All right, let's rotate it 90 degrees on the inside dial. Let's switch the edit grid back to 1 to make this 1 millimeter thick. Okay. And then let's align them. So just align. Okay, that'll work for now. Okay, so select the extrusion more tool. So if you see here, this is called the profile, and these are what's called Bezier splines. And Bezier splines, they represent, they're basically a line. If you're familiar with Illustrator or Photoshop, this is a simpler version of those tools. And it allows you to create curves and control those curves with these little tangent handles on either side. So the square is the control vertex, and the little tangent, the little circular, is a tangent handle that allows you to adjust the attack or the angle of the curve going into that square vertex. I know that's not very exciting, but that's just the kind of this what it does. So it allows you to make some interesting shapes. So what we want to do, we just want to get this to a particular size. So right now it's a little big, as you can see. So I'm going to scale this down. So I'll shift, and again select them all, adjust, align. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, and select the tool. So we want to kind of have this thing kind of going along the silhouette of this shoe. So this should be a little flatter, and this should be a little wider on the sides. So we can move that in a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong side, so I'm going to undo that. So it's this side, so we're going to just move that in. And it's not liking that. I'm going to do that, undo that, there. So I'm going to click the snap on. That gives us a little more control. Okay, so let's rotate this around. Oops. So we want to rotate it around. If yours is like mine, just 180 degrees. And what I want is I want this part to be the front and this part here to be the back. So that's why I rotated it. So a little weakness or flaw in the tool is that there's two vertices right on top of each other. So when you move them, they start to get weird. The one in the back is one vertex. So, all right. So I'm just moving this in. And I'm going to move the sides in a little bit. Actually, I can move that out just a little bit. See if I can put the snap tool on. And then the same for this one. Move this one in just a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to move this. Oh, our spheres got absorbed into the middle of this. So let's get those. My bad, wasn't paying attention. Luckily, as we were smart about it, they easy to fix. Okay. So let's move this back over. And I want to move this down because what we're going to do is we're going to eventually squash this blue part here. So I can actually do that now. And that kind of gets us roughly this shape. It's a very simplistic way of doing this, but we're kind of limited with the Tinkercad tools to do anything more complex. But I think this works, and the fact that when we print this, you're not going to see that kind of detail. So that should work out fine. So, all right. Let's go back to getting our soul right. So let's pull this out. And now we just want to move these sides in a little bit. You know, play around with the tool, kind of have some fun with it. You can do some neat stuff with it. You can do stuff a lot more complex than this. Just kind of tweaking things a little bit. There. Working out okay. And let's do the same on the other side. Smooth that in a little bit. And let's adjust the tangent. And let's move the vertex in just a little bit. And adjust the tangent. Actually going to do this one. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly like mine. You guys want to do something different, go ahead, have fun. That's what this is all about. Just having fun and making something. Eventually you can start making things a lot cooler. So let's smooth that in just a little more. And adjust the tangent a little bit. All right. Let's see. Probably tweak the heel a little bit. We'll see. That's probably the best we can do. All right. So now we just need to cut off the bottom. Okay, now that'll be easy. So let's create a hole. And let's get it big enough. And let's bring it down. don't need all this space, so let's this up. And it might help if we get it all and just make it a little cleaner. Okay, and we know the drill. Shift select. First I'm going to combine these actually, so we're going to shift select these three pieces, and we're going to go to group, go, wonder if we could do that better. Let's try ungroup. That's pretty close. Well, when we print it, you won't be able to see that, so let's go back and group those. That's good. It's one piece. Now let's use our hole and shift select the part we want to cut, and we group it, and there you go. And let's just move this up. Let's just move it up just 0.25. There. Great. And let's change the color to black. The same for the sole. There we go. So we've got our shoe, our minion. So in the next video we will size this down so it's the right size for his body, and we'll connect it to his leg. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.